I think ultimately, gosh, I'm going to say this and see if it's true, but ultimately, I think in every betrayal is a betrayal of self.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is where I say something that is just my opinion. Well, in fact, the whole blinking lot's been my opinion, but it's even more my opinion than the
Okay.
rest.
Like we'll
Um,
really frame this in your opinion.
um, so, if you take as a hypothesis um, that our true nature is love, huge hypothesis. Okay, that's why I
Hmm.
said it's you. But if you take as a true as a hypothesis that our true nature is love, then everything that we do, and this isn't a guilt trip or about sin or anything ridiculous like that. Any time that I act as a form of separation, blaming, um, being selfish, attacking, whatever, then I'm not living in my true nature. And therefore, never mind what it's done to you, I'm betraying myself because I know better. Now,
Hmm.
this isn't a guilt trip about you have to always come from your higher self and blah, blah, blah. But I think ultimately, there's a book called The Course in Miracles, and lesson five, it's a 366 exercise, 365 exercises that you do each day. And lesson number five is I'm never upset for the reason I think.
Okay.
Okay. So the reason I think is because you didn't do X or you promised this or whatever. But the real reason I'm upset is because I have separated from my source or true nature or consciousness or God or truth or love. I don't care what word it is. And that's the reason I'm upset. But I'm not willing to go there. I want to project the reason is out there. And so ultimately, and I'm just throwing this out as a
Hmm.
possibility,
Hmm.
that actually we're betraying ourselves more than anybody else.
Hmm.
And it's a very different place to start from. Um, but we're so focused on what the other has done, but we keep ourselves powerless because you're going to do what you do. What I wrote in the blurb is that the only person who I really felt had got it was Byron Katie. I mean, probably Jesus and Buddha and people like that, but the modern day, when she said, I trust people 100% to do what they do.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, that's what you do. Not you should have done something different.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, so, but what James Hillman says is that actually you can't have betrayal without trust.
Yeah. So we make that relationship, we make that intimacy.
Yeah. So without that trust, there would be no betrayal. But actually, without the betrayal, there's no shifting consciousness to a more mature place. To put it in technical terms, if I'm having to demand that you be loyal to me, I'm in, oh gosh, this will take us to an interesting place. I'm in the paranoid schizoid position if I use Melanie Klein's terminology.
Okay.
Good and bad. You're either good or you're out, you're bad.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing in between. The depressive position is where we recognize there's good and bad in the same person.
Hmm.
So what's happening is because I was working with somebody in the NHS, and I think the NHS has moved from a depressive position, which is actually we're in this, we're trying to create together, we're here with the psychological contract is that we're human, but we're all doing our best and we're dedicated into the paranoid schizoid position, which is watch your back. The betrayal is huge in the NHS. I'm gonna say that because that's how where I work a lot,
Yeah.
and it's everybody is feeling betrayed and protecting themselves, and so that leads to more betrayal because everybody's not doing something for the greater good. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, and I
Massive cultural shift in that
yeah.
organization.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the depressive position, which is the humanness of it, into the self protection. because of the feeling of betrayal. It's like it's almost like gone into the paranoia in James Hillman's defences, the
Yeah.
5 defences he talked about.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think this potentially has just repercussions on you personally, for marriages, for friendships, but also organisationally.